and we are live on the YouTube verse. I am Tyson with Faithfully Bearded. I have David down below me here rocking the Live Bearded hat. And then for all of you guys that have seen the post and been waiting for the Titan series episode Bravo or 2, however you want to say it, we have Spence from Live Bearded with us.
What's up, brothers? It was really hard for me not to come out with a big woo because I'm so used to when we go live with the woo, and I don't want to like
do it. Let's hear it. There we go.
Guys, I apologize for anyone out there watching right now who I just blasted your earbuds or your headphones or scared who you're to, but that's like how we come on. We like to give a little woo, we like to get a little excitement. So what's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me on. Appreciate it. Excited to connect with you guys.
Yeah, that is super awesome. Thanks for joining us. I know it was kind of a short time frame and everything, but it's really cool to have you in here to get to know you a little bit more here through this next hour. David, any opening comments? And everybody in the comments here, feel free to ask away. I got a couple moderators in here that I'll try to filter them to me. I'll try to catch them, but I don't want to interrupt if anybody's talking to ask a question. So if I missed your question, feel free to type it again, and I'll make sure we get it to Spence here before we go. So, Dave, any opening comments before we get to going in with some questions?
Yeah, for sure. So this, out of probably the entire Titan series, not to pinpoint one specific interview because they're all awesome. This one though, I don't know how many guys in the chat or that'll watch this later can relate to Live Bearded being their first beard product. Like when you talk about finding beard products, excuse me, it's so easy when you get on the internet to be like, I need beard oil, or I guess I need beard oil, whatever. Live Bearded just comes up, right? So this one especially is very close to my heart. It was my first product. The very first one I ever tried was the Executive. So this is, I'm trying real hard to not fanboy out. You know what I mean?
You're your first, man.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we were gentle with you.
Six virgin beard oil there.
It's a story I'll tell my grandkids.
Yeah. So that's awesome. Spence, so generally what we like to do is we like to find out more about you and more about Live Bearded as a company. And I think a lot of people that'll be watching the stream kind of know about Mink and Spence, and Live Bearded. They've heard the name. Maybe they don't necessarily know what's going on or how it's came about. So do you kind of just want to give us like a backstory of how you got into bearding, how you met Mink and started this whole company, your kind of journey here?
Yeah, absolutely. So taking it way back, Anthony and I have been, super close friends for, I guess, 13 years now. We met back in college, played basketball together, worked out, and we're just friends. And like many friends, we had the idea of, starting a business together, working together at some point. And going into business with someone it's like getting married in a lot of ways. And so when you're considering going into business with a friend or family member, you want to be extra cautious. So this conversation led on for years. Fast forward to 2014, 2015, we actually had a group of men that we got together for weekly accountability calls. And that group of men really had a huge impact on all of our lives, and the fact that we just surrounded ourselves with quality individuals that inspired us to do better every day. We were reading a book, we were sharing notes, and we were just really trying to help each other improve on our lives in different ways. And we had the idea at that point in time to create a company around community, around brotherhood, around supporting and inspiring people. And really, that's what kickstarted everything. Fast forward to 2015, I had a beard at the time, and that was early on in the game. There's a handful of beard product companies out there. Didn't find anything that I really personally loved, and so that's when we said, let's create a brotherhood. Like, this is the perfect way for us to really go beyond just creating beard products, but creating a community of men where we can all get together, uplift, inspire each other. And that was the foundation of Live Bearded since day one. We launched with a Facebook group a private Facebook group, and that brotherhood now has 30,000 men from all around the world. And our whole mission with Live Bearded was to create a community, right? That was our number one focus. And the way we approached it was let's create a community, let's create support, create the brotherhood, and then really figure out what our guys want, what our guys need, what fragrances they like, what do they like about products, what they don't like about products, and really just create something together. And so that's really kind of what's unique about the way that Live Bearded grew, is that we did it within our brotherhood and kind of did it collectively. And so since day one, we've really just we've existed to help beardsmen look, feel, and be their best. Because at the end of the day, like the beard products themselves, they're commodities, right? You can go on Amazon, you can find any number of brands. But we try to really go beyond just looking better with your beard. We want to help you feel better, because when you feel better, you're going to do better, and trying to really tie in just helping all of us. A rising tide raises all ships, right? We want to all grow together, improve with our beards, but then also internally and kind of mentally, physically, spiritually, all those things. So that's kind of the 30,000 foot view condensed there.
Yeah, I think, like a couple of things you said, like do better. I mean, that slogan to me is just awesome. Like even before Live Bearded came along, or into my brain of me knowing who Live Bearded was, that was like we had going around work, it was just like, well, this and this and this, and it's just like, well, do better, just do better. But you mentioned like the brotherhood side of it, and that one to me, when I see it, like I've been in the Live Bearded Brotherhood Facebook group, and there are so many things that happen in that group that aren't even beard related, just of men in general helping out other men that are going through anything that they are going through and just want support or anything like that. And so like you guys have done a really good job living and executing on your values as far as the company and the aspect of the brotherhood. Do you do like the same things, Dave? Like when you think about Live Bearded?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it goes well beyond just the brand. Like, so even like the shirt, like I have the rent due shirt on, right? It's a pretty well-known quote, success isn't owned, it's rented, and rent's due every day. Like just to get those kind of like positive things into people's heads, right? Because I'm a firm believer, a huge believer in like positive affirmation, right? It moves mountains. So the brotherhood itself, the support, everything that it shows, just for a guy to be able to go on and be like, hey brothers, I had a bad day, how's everybody's day going? Or anybody have some advice on how to do this? It's so deep, like that in this time, especially. Yeah. Men showing support to each other isn't something that the light is really shined on. So to be able to have that in 30,000, 3,000, 3 deep, I mean, either way, it's amazing. But yeah, everything, the do better, the way it's pushed. I'm a big fan of Thankful Thursdays. Yeah. Like I started that at my job. I'm a director of sales for a swag company. So, I put the big do better sticker on this huge bell I have on our sales floor, and then implemented Thankful Thursdays. And it's just like, it just changes the game so much. So yeah, I'm grateful for the brotherhood. I've had a couple bad days where I was like, I need to let this out. And it just seems like I get nothing but positive feedback whenever I'm on there. So
that means the world.
So was Thankful Thursday your idea?
Whether it's 30,300 or 3, as long as it's impacting one person, I mean, that's amazing. So thank you for sharing both of you guys. But the Thankful Thursday came about from one of our customers. We lived in Maui for a 6-month period, and I don't know why we ever moved away, but we basically we had no money. We couldn't afford anything. We moved to Maui and we had like 3 of us living in a house. And Thankful Thursday came up from one of our brothers from one of our customers, and he mentioned it, and we're like, this is amazing. And then we incorporated it into our lives, and it's been like a really big kind of cornerstone of our brand. And it's such a good reminder, right? In the world we live in today, unfortunately, the media publications, the media outlets, there's so much negative talk everywhere, and it's like the bad news make the headlines, right? And so it's so easy to get consumed with those types of messages. And if that's all you're consuming, you're going to feel pretty shitty. You're going to be, you're going to not be very happy every single day. And so creating a community, a space where we can go in and have positive conversations and have positive influences is unfortunately rare today. And I think the world definitely needs more of it. And so any kind of little motivational quotes or, inspiring content, or just creating a community to help expose men to more positivity is, again, kind of what we're aiming to do. So that's we try to put in everything we do, from all of our, the messages on our shirts to the content we're sharing and all that kind of stuff. So.
How about I think we've seen you drink from a gallon 3 or 4 times already. Obviously, you're a gym person. We can see it in those biceps there. So What's talk about your gym life a little bit. Tell us about working out, what that means to you, and how it affects you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's usually at least a few comments on the videos where it's like, all right, Spence, I appreciate the handlebar mustache tips, and I just need some bicep tips, and we'll be good to go. Being in shape, being healthy, living a healthy lifestyle is super important to me. Wake up at 5 a.m., I meditate, go through a morning routine, I hit some sort of exercise, whether I'm hiking, whether I'm hitting the gym, getting a workout in. To me, staying active, I have to start my day that way, because I feel like that getting through that, starting that way, will just amplify the rest of my day. So I've super competitive growing up, playing sports, played everything. I was a kid that wanted to be involved in everything. So I was playing the guitar, Boy Scouts, football, basketball, baseball, and narrowed my focus as I got older. But for me, it's just really challenging myself to push myself, especially as we get older as men. It's like, damn, my back's hurting a little bit. You got to work through a little bit more. You don't just pop out of bed like we do when we're younger. So it's a personal challenge of mine to continue to stay as healthy as I can. So I work out hard, man. And the gallon is basically water with amino acids, because, dude, I live in Phoenix and it's 110 degrees out and our gyms are closed because we've had a spike in COVID. So everything's reversed back. And so gyms are closed. So I'm working out in the park every morning at about 6 a.m. and it's still 95 degrees and nasty. So extremely dehydrated. I sweat a lot. So I try to make sure to just stay hydrated. But
yeah,
that's awesome. We have a question in the comments that wants to know your favorite sports team and or player, and then what are some of your favorite places to hike?
Favorite sport? I mean, I don't know if you guys seen the documentary on the Bulls and Jordan, but if you haven't, definitely check it out. That Bulls team and just Jordan as a player, it's hard to argue he's not just the greatest athlete, greatest competitor in the history of sports. Like, the dude was just so incredible. And then he also had some supporting members around him that, led them to, the 6 championships that they had. So Jordan's probably my favorite athlete. The Bulls, I'm a Suns fan at heart. I grew up in Phoenix, but that team, it's kind of hard to argue, that team is the best team ever, or the variations of teams they had. But best hike, man, Arizona's got some cool stuff. There's some cool trails down by the Grand Canyon that I like. I'm heading to Flagstaff tonight, actually, to go camping. My weekends, man, here, I love to disconnect and go camping on the weekends and get some hiking in. So I'm going to head up to Flagstaff and maybe summit Humphreys Peak, which I haven't done yet. But there's so many hikes. I just like to get out and disconnect from the world as often as I can. So I like them all.
So speaking of disconnecting, I was looking back through some older Facebook pictures, right? And I ran across this grouping of pics that was you and Mink.
Yeah.
There might have been some tigers involved.
Oh, yeah. You stalking a bro.
Yeah.
So you went back pretty far then.
But what was that? How was that? Because it seems like our world, the Western world, I guess, as we see it here, and I'm assuming it was somewhere in the East, the Eastern world, third world country. Like how that seems like it'd be a very humbling experience to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely. I love business. I love people. I love brotherhood. I also love travel. Travel is definitely a big passion of mine. Not only just to see the beautiful places and experience those things, but I feel like the people and the culture that you're exposed to, you come back with just a new perspective. So to your point, that was Thailand. If I had to guess, 2016 on that one, maybe 2013. I've been a couple times, but when you travel to especially undeveloped countries and you see different cultures, different religions, and how, Thailand specifically, some of the most gracious, kind people you'll ever meet. They have, speaking generalities in comparison to Western culture in the States here, but they live off of so much less. They have so much less, but they're, I swear, so much happier, and they don't get caught up in, we're obviously, our GDP is driven by consumption and people buying new this and new that and comparing. And if you eliminate that, and they're primarily Buddhist, but if you get back to just what makes you really happy, what's really most important, they have a lot of that. And so it's amazing to kind of get exposed to some of that. And it gives you just definitely a new perspective. So I love traveling for a lot of those reasons. When you come back, you're like, man, we have it so good here. Like, it's 110 outside, but it's 72 in here because I got the air conditioning cranking. Like luxuries. We got it pretty good.
I've had
Yeah,
I've had a few people walk in my house, like some repair people over the last week, and like both of them have said, "Oh, you keep it cool in here," and I'm like, "It's like 74 in here. It's not, like you take the air conditioning for granted, even when you have it like set at 74 and it feels a little warm, but it's 105 degrees outside, and technicians are walking in from the outside like, oh, it's cool in here. You take all those little things for
It's like
granted.
we're on this call right now, right? We're video chatting from different parts of the country, and we have people from all around the world watching us. And this thing could crash right now, and we'd probably be pissed. We'd be like, I can't believe this thing crashed. This is terrible. And then when you stop for a second, you're like, wait a second. The fact that we're video conferencing, chatting from all around the world, and there's people like that's incredible that we have the opportunity to do that. And it's amazing how you can get caught up because you're so conditioned to just expecting it. You're entitled to it, right? But when you stop and really appreciate the fact that we have the ability to, it changes your whole perspective.
Well, it's technology. It's just supposed to work. That's kind of how we look at things. But let's see. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Do I like pineapple on pizza? You know what? Historically, if you would have asked me years ago, I would have said no. However, I found recently that pineapple paired with jalapenos on pizza, the sweet with the spicy, I can get down with. So I know I may lose some people for that. So I know that's kind of like a half yes, half no. Technically, I do like it. So I'd have to say yes with jalapenos, though. So
yeah, see, so I think you kind of covered all facets because you're kind of like, nah, not with the ham, but with the jalapenos, I could do it, So there's a win in there.
Yeah,
Are most of the live bearded brothers and sisters military veterans?
I would say a significant amount, but not most. I mean, we definitely have a lot. It's our team members that served. I personally did not serve. Some of our team members did. A lot of our brothers did. A lot of our community has, but it's definitely not everyone for sure. That's just. It seems like beards and veterans, there's like a big correlation, right? And we call them freedom beards. I'm sure it's not a new term or anything, but a lot of guys that we talked to that did serve. And you have to shave every single day and you're required to. I completely understand why when you are out of service, you would say, I'm not shaving, at least for a while, and growing their freedom beard because they have the freedom to do so. So, which we love supporting.
So I think we can all see flowing down from the back of your hat here that is some hair going. Can you put that up in a bun?
Dude, the quarantine hair, you know what? It can't quite get to bun status yet. I had long hair before. I had it long past my shoulders for a while, and I loved rocking it. And we were talking about this earlier, man. I'm not opposed to putting your hair up in like I guess it's the term is man bun, right? But no, this is I missed a haircut because of quarantine lockdowns. I missed a second haircut, and then I was like, you know what? My hair at this point is halfway to the length that I would want it long, and so I'm just growing it out. But it will be long enough to put up soon, and when it is, dude, I'm gonna put it up. And whoever wants to hate on it can hate on it. That's cool because there's nothing girly or not masculine about having long hair and putting it up. I'm way behind the times. I don't really watch a lot of TV, but I'm watching Vikings right now, and dude, it's awesome. I'm on like season 4. But if you look at the Vikings from the most savage dudes maybe in existence had long hair and braided their hair and put their hair in they put their beard. I mean, you guys know. So to me, there's nothing girly about putting your hair up. So Tyson, keep rocking that long hair, bro.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Well, I know Dave's work keeping his going.
Man bun.
But we kind of come up with a slogan like Man Bun Mafia. I don't think we came up with it. That has to be something that's out there somewhere. But yeah, you think about like Vikings and ninjas and all that kind of stuff. Like some of the manliest men had long hair, and I think just the way the world is shave your beard and cut your hair to be a man. I think the corporate world kind of ruined a lot of that.
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, it's like we encourage all of our guys, do whatever the heck makes you happy. Like, don't conform to, like, if you don't want to shave, don't shave. If you want to grow a long beard and have it long. If you want to keep it short or just rock the stash, whatever gives you the most confidence, because that's really what you're doing with your personal style. It's like creating a style that you feel good about, where you can wake up every day and say, damn, like, yeah, my beard's on point. Like, I feel really, really good. I can walk out and conquer the day and just keep kicking ass, you know? So whatever that style is for you, if you think handlebar mustache are terrible and this looks silly, like, that's cool, man. It's not for you. Don't do it, you know? But we encourage everyone to embrace whatever it is that they want, you know?
You know, one of my
Yeah, that's awesome.
live bearded videos is, what's that called when you guys were reading like mean tweets?
Oh, the non-celebrity mean tweets.
Oh, dude, like, what did that guy say? He was like, your beard is weird and your stash is trash. And just the way they were read, dude, that's so, I can't imagine how many haters you guys
All
get.
right, so you guys know, because you guys have, I mean, you guys get, first of all, your content's amazing. You have amazing subscribers, and you know, so your comments and your engagement is positive, because you guys are great dudes and create great content. But
Thank you.
when you create content and then you go advertise that content, and you're trying to get people who don't know who you are to, you know, tune into kind of the content you're creating, you're putting yourself out there. And if you don't have thick skin, creating any content and putting out into the world, like, you're going to hear everything. I've heard everything, and it's laughable to me, because it's like, look, like, there's people out there that they feel better about themselves if they can go talk shit to somebody online, and it's always going to be there. So yeah, I've heard it all, man. And obviously you got to have thick skin and not let it affect you, or you won't make it past the first like hour.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Right?
it got worse during the pandemic we're in. We can't say the whole word because YouTube doesn't like it, but like during the pandemic, like, people were at home and like they have more time to sit and see those things and decide to, you know, comment and let their opinions be known. But I got 3 quick questions that I've seen in the comments. How do you like your steaks cooked? What's your favorite scent? And are we going to see a conditioner from Live Bearded?
Medium rare.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite scent, dude, it's really tough. I like mixing it up, because I do feel like there's truth to having seasonal fragrances that you like to wear in the fall or in the spring, summer. So Maui's probably my all-time favorite summer, without a doubt. I don't know if I'm sure a lot of guys might agree with that. Gunslinger, though, I honestly wear Gunslinger every single day. I think Gunslinger is my favorite. That's sweet tobacco. It's like a nice, bold. To me, I feel weird saying the word masculine, right? Because it's almost like if you say it's masculine or manly, like, that's perceived to be bad. But it's like a bold, rich, masculine fragrance, which I personally really like. So I'd probably go Gunslinger, man, sweet tobacco. And as far as conditioner goes, man, you know, we've been talking about it. I don't know if we'll actually do something with it, but yeah, we, you know, got some conditioner here that's pretty fantastic. So cat's out of the bag, but we're going to be launching this in the next few weeks. Actually,
Oh, snap.
hopefully
You
nobody's
heard it
watching the video, but yeah, we actually haven't announced it yet, but, you know, we are actually launching conditioner. We've been working on it for, I think Mink plugged it. He mentioned it, and I'm like, all right. And then now it's already out there a little bit, and yeah, conditioner's coming, boys.
And, you know, I mean, I know we have you here, Spence, but you know, I'm a firm believer that you speak for the crew, you know what I mean? And Mink is just like, you guys together with the whole, it's almost like a Jordan, like if there were 2 Jordans, it'd be that type of situation, you know, because, like, you're very excited and very, you know, you just say exactly what you feel. And Mink, it just, to me, I've never like chatted with him. We've chatted through Messenger and stuff, but the dude's just so philosophical, you know what I mean? Like, he just, that has got to be cool to have like your best friend and your business partner, and just, you know, you guys have all bases covered. I talked to Nathan a lot, and he's even said it, like, how could you ever ask for a better job than you go to work every day and hang out with good people that just kick it? Like, that's just an amazing theory to me. You know what I mean?
I love it, man. Yeah, Mink is one of the rarest breeds you will ever meet. He is so genuine. He's so deep. He's just wicked smart, and just he's there for you. So it's been really cool to create something together. I do feel like we complement each other extremely well, which is important, right? If you're going into business or any kind of relationship, you want to surround yourself with people, in my opinion, who are strong maybe where you're weak, or where you guys can complement each other to bring your skills together to really make a big impact. So we have that together, and that's why it's been a lot of the magic in what we've created is our ability to kind of work together and pitch and catch and complement each other. So he's one of the best, man, for sure. And Nathan, man, that guy, honestly, I don't know about him. I might have to send him back to Washington. I don't know that he's really working out, but he's a sweetheart. But
And he's a great massage guy, right?
dude, so Nathan, we're in the studio here. On the other side of the studio is a massage table. Simply because Nathan is no joke, like one of world-class sports massage therapists, and he's worked with like Olympic athletes, and he's just like world-class. And so naturally, I beat the hell out of my body, and I'm like, dude, my neck is killing me, man. Can you like fix me up? And he's like, dude, I got you, and he'll take care of us. So yeah, Nathan's one of the most genuine, big-hearted, just lovable dudes you'll ever meet. So we got a pretty good team here, man. We kind of segue that into how we build our Live Bearded team. Is we've always hired customers. Like we live for brotherhood and community. And so we started the company with Anthony and I, just to feel us doing everything. And the group took feedback to develop products that we've worked on. But our internal Live Bearded team has really been created from our customers. So everybody on our team was a customer first. And whenever we hire, we email out to our customers. We post socially to our customers. We had a customer come in today and was like, dude, like, I'd love to be around if you guys are hiring. We're like, absolutely. Like, that's how we build our culture. So it starts with Anthony and I, but it's 100% about the team and bringing the customers in. They know the products, they know the culture, they know what we stand for. They're aligning with all that. And it's really made it beautiful to create like a super close brotherhood within our team. And obviously how that expands into the whole company, the whole group and everything else. So.
Yeah. And I think customer service is second to none, right? I mean,
yeah, our customer service guys, they know the gig, right? They were customers first. They get it, And so, yeah, we're really fortunate to have. I'd put our team against any team out there, and the fact that we're all friends makes it a lot of fun. I know you're saying, Nathan was saying that earlier. Like, we have such a blast coming into the office today because it's like I get to go hang out with my closest friends every single day, and then yeah, we get you done. Like we have to be efficient with our time, and we work our asses off, but we have a lot of fun too. We were just in Flagstaff. We rented a cabin and got a little team retreat in and had a lot of fun. So we definitely try to make sure we have at least a little bit of fun mixed in there.
Absolutely.
We got a question from the comments here. How many people do you have on the Live Bearded team? And then secondly, how long was your rebranding process? And are you happy with the results that you're seeing so far with it? What was kind of behind the rebrand?
Yeah, so 9 people on the team, including Anthony and I. And we are all local. So we're all remote, and we had some remote workers and we were kind of scattered. We opened a warehouse and office here in Arizona last February. And Nathan just moved here from Washington. JP relocated here from New York. So literally our team is all here, and it's amazing to get to come in every day and see them. So yeah, 9 people here. And then the rebrand, man, that was a lot of work. It was a 14-month process, start to finish. We basically, for the last 4 years, our products were amazing. Our packaging worked. There was nothing wrong with any of it. But as you guys know, we pride ourselves on customer service. Like, that is what we do, is brotherhood and service and support. Like, yeah, our products are 100% natural. We put them up against any other products out there. We use nothing but natural ingredients that are phenomenal, and the products work great and they smell great. But our service is, in my opinion, like where we will never stop from being number one. And so we took all the feedback from complaints, from reviews, from just every possible issue out there. And we've just been compiling that data where we say, okay, these are the trends. Like, summer months, we have a lower melting point on our butters. It shows up liquid. It's a nightmare. Like, the product's still perfectly fine, but it's a bad experience. Okay. We've just collected this data from customers over the last 4 years. And then we said, all right, let's get to work. Let's reformulate this. Let's test and go back and forth on how we can improve on everything. And then while we're improving the ingredients and the formulation, let's improve the packaging. Let's make it a little bit more polished. And when you start something, the first time you do something, it's the worst time, right? So you don't have, unless you have a whole lot of past experience. When we started, we were kind of learning as we were going, and so we've learned a lot over the last 4.5 years. And so we took all that information from our growth, from our customer feedback, and then put all that love into the rebrand. And so new oil, new butter, new wash. The biggest difference is the butter, definitely, but new packaging. And we're super proud of it. I mean, we've gotten incredible feedback from everyone. We would lose some customers because the shea butter we used before, the shea was a little unrefined and it had a little bit of the shea odor that masked some of the fragrance. And it was an amazing product, but the smell wasn't wasn't quite right. And so that's been the biggest improvement. And the feedback's been phenomenal. So we're happy with it.
Tyson and I were lucky enough. I think you and me and Matt dropped the rebrand video, right? That was us three. So
you guys got it early.
To have it in hand and just see the evolution of it, you know, from what it was to what it's become now. And I'm sure you guys will always stay on that point. But I want to talk about the butter a little bit, just because your butter stands apart from a lot of butters because of smoothness of it. Like Tyson and I were talking on the phone when we got it, like not how, that's a trade secret, but like, how was that process like working through what was already great into something better?
Yeah. It was a pain in the ass. I mean, there's a million different ways to do something. We found basically the short end of it is we source higher quality ingredients. The shea that we were sourcing, we sourced it from a different location. The quality of the shea was definitely better. The quality of the other ingredients were better. That primarily made the difference in the fragrance element of it, and the process we use to both heat and cool changed as well, and that's what's allowed us to basically end up with the super silky smooth finish that we have now. So before you'd get some separation, have a little bit of grittiness. I don't know if you'll be able to see because I'm on my laptop and not a nice camera, but it's just silky smooth now, and that's primarily because of the process that we ended up developing with our manufacturer. So it was a long process. We basically recreated a whole brand, right? I mean, we had the baseline of what we had, but then we a lot of the ingredients stayed the same because we picked them in the first place for specific reasons. But the overall process and the percentage of everything did change for the better. So that was really like reformulating and recreating a whole new lineup. So. And we got, like I said, we got maybe some new things coming in the pipeline too. I know we leaked the conditioner. This we've been working on for probably the last 10 to 12 months. Obviously, everything we do is 100% natural. So really proud of this one. The fragrance comes through super nice, silky smooth. I've been using this on my beard and on my hair, and it's phenomenal. So this will be coming soon. May or may not have a couple more things in the pipeline, but.
Are those beans getting ready to be opened?
I mean, I'm kind of hungry, man. I'm kind of hungry. It's almost dinner time, so.
Where's the ice cream at? Like, how do you eat ice cream with that big stash and beard?
I got ice cream here, but then we're about to go live. Nathan went and got ice cream, and he handed this like 2 minutes before we're going live. I'm like, bro, I don't think I can really go live and eat ice cream. I mean, I can, but I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'll wait. But yeah, it's good ice cream.
I mean, you go ahead. Like I've done 2 eating competitions on my YouTube channel. Like these guys are used to seeing.
You would probably eat this in like 1 second because I mean, putting down like 5 Big Macs and 40 nuggets. Like I was gonna challenge you in something, but I'm like, no, dude, I'm not even gonna embarrass myself because
the dude's a monster.
Make me look bad, and I eat a lot. The guys always give me shit. They're like, damn, dude, Spencer, like whatever you don't finish eating, he's gonna eat it because I like to eat a lot, but. Not like you, bro. That's like next level.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what he can do.
Like, how tall are you? You look like a big dude.
Yeah, I'm about 5'4", 4.5, $135.
Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, just from the waist up, right?
Yeah, no, I'm about 6'2". I always wanted to be 6'4", but I'm 6'2", 220. You know.
What do you bench?
All of it.
There you go. See, because that's gonna be like the next question in the comments. Like, what do you bench? What do you squat? Like people get interested in that type of stuff.
No, it's funny. It's funny. I mean, I'll bench 225. I haven't had anything more than 225 on the bar in a while. Like I said, I'm 33, so I'm definitely not old by any means. But I'm not in my early 20s. Like I used to be walking around the gym trying to throw around all the weight. Now I'm like, I'm gonna do yoga. I'm gonna stretch. I'm gonna work on my mobility. I'm gonna want to be strong. I want to be flexible. I want to wake up when I'm 90 and be like mobile and feeling good. So your priorities definitely shift and change as you get some experience under your belt and you realize that it's not all about just any one thing, but balance, longevity. Definitely kind of where I'm going.
Do you feel better doing that? Like I've noticed, like when I first started like hitting the gym, it was. Like what they train you in high school and sports is you got to be increasing. It always is about your max. You want to be increasing and pushing your max. But I noticed that I felt overall better when I didn't put too much on. Like you said, you stop at 225. But then you start working on stretching and yoga and just the normal relaxation, meditation type stuff.
Yeah. Well, and when you're young and in high school, you can also beat your body up and wake up and feel completely fine. You're in college, you can drink a case of beer and wake up and go to class like super spry and energetic with no coffee because you're young. As you get older, you got to modify what you're doing because your body's just not the same. And so you got to, put the ego aside a little bit and say, okay, cool, I'm going to do what makes me feel good now. And that's going to always be changing, so you got to adapt and learn yourself enough and say, okay, I have enough awareness to say, I can't do what I used to do. I got to adapt to where I'm at today and just kind of modify it. But yeah, I feel so much better now. Like for where I'm at now, like having a better balance, working on more stretching and stuff like that. So
Ben Jammin says, I'm currently lifting a sub to my mouth.
Oh, damn.
Gotta love Ben. Gotta love him.
Stop talking about food. I'm getting hungry. My gosh.
This ice cream might be slipping into this frame here. Like, go out of frame for a bite.
So
are you as a messy of eater as me? Like, is that ice cream gonna be in your beard?
I've actually gotten pretty good about it. And the stash is the tricky part. So my stash, I trimmed it. I mean, I keep it kind of trimmed over the mouth. If I just don't trim anything here, it'll get big and full, but it's such a nightmare to eat with. Like it's too much. So I keep it trimmed right here just so I can still get in there. But I'm not that messy, man. You sound like a slob, maybe. I'm pretty.
Yeah, I am.
It's because he's trying to cram 14 pounds of food.
I mean, if you're eating 5 Big Macs and 40 nuggets, like you're bound to make a mess.
I'm just a fast eater in general. Like I don't know. Like you see the end goal, you go for it. Get it in and get it eaten. Go
ahead, Tyson.
No, go for it, man.
So talking about scents, because when I think about your guys' lineup,
yeah,
there really is something for everybody, right? You have like a cologne, the American, which still probably stands as my all-time favorite scent.
Yep.
You've got the Wingman, you've got Straight Up, you've got all of these different things that kind of match the category without even getting into the seasonal scents. Like Pirate Drake was just such a great summer scent. So what was the kind of the creative process behind that?
Yeah, I love it. Fragrance is subjective, right? I could say my favorite is Gunslinger. You're, American, and everyone's going to have their own personal preference. So we know that there's no one fragrance that's going to meet the needs of everyone. So obviously we try to offer very different fragrances so that we can meet the needs and offer something that at least a couple of them that will vibe with ideally as many people as we can. So really trying to diversify, not have 2 fragrances that are too close is definitely one part to it. And then it's like, again, we serve everything we do is very intentionally not about what I want or not about what just our team wants, but what do you guys want? Like, what does the community want? We'll survey out and say, guys, what fragrances do you want to have? What fragrances do you like? What, and then we'll get all that feedback and then we'll say, okay, like there's a theme here. Like what could we take from that? And we want to give you guys what you like. If I had a, personal preference for some fragrance that nobody likes, like that's not going to do anybody any good because A, we're not going to sell any of it, and B, you're not going to buy it because it smells like shit. So we very much start with getting an idea of what you guys want, and then that's when the fun really starts. We start mixing and working on things, and we go through 20 iterations to finally go back and forth and say, okay, let's bump this, let's bump that, and we work with some amazing people to create the fragrances that we have. But that's a really fun process. I'm heavily involved with that. Pete, who's our ops manager, he's a stud. He and I like go to work on all those things, and we have fun getting feedback from everyone. And so yeah, it's a long process, but we're always looking for inspiration and ideas. So if you guys have something you want us to drop, hint, just let us know. And that goes for everybody watching too. Like literally, we always love hearing from you guys. You can reach out to us anytime. We love getting suggestions on what you guys would like to see, and if we can make it happen, we definitely will.
Sounds like Oud in the comments.
Yeah,
we're hearing Oud. And Gunslinger to not be seasonal.
Yeah, well, I might be able to do. Well, I'm not going to speak for anything, but Oud's good. I like Oud. We'll see what we can do there.
It's one of those truly subjective scents, right? Like you have the people that love Oud. I love that smell, and then you have people that are like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oud would be a live bearded Oud would be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And the seasonals for us are cool because we get to kind of push it a little bit. And like Pirate Drake was great, and it was when they're seasonals, we're not getting feedback on that stuff because I mean, for the most part, we're trying to keep that pretty hidden, right? Because we really want to surprise you guys with what we've been working on. That one was definitely got really, really amazing feedback, and it was different than a lot of what's out on the market, which is what made it fun for everyone too. So that was a fun one to create for sure.
How did the partnership with Mossy Oak happen? Like, can you talk about that process a little bit? I mean, that's a big company, obviously.
Yeah, it was a really cool opportunity to be able to come together and really just try to partner with a company that we felt aligned in not only values but obviously audience. And we just by nature, I grew up in northern Arizona in the mountains. I grew up hunting and being outdoors. I love the outdoors. Anthony grew up in Oregon and same thing. And so we really love the idea of trying to create a product with Mossy Oak. And it went well. The fragrance is super outdoorsy. It was successful for us. We definitely had a lot of fun working on creating it together. At the end of the day, we're actually pulling that partnership just simply because it just didn't make sense for the business for us to do so. And it's a beautiful lesson. You're gonna win, you're gonna lose, you're gonna strike out, and it's like, okay, test and go test something else. We're constantly looking for ways that we can bring something new and exciting to Live Bearded to our customers, and that was a fun thing for us to do, but ultimately not something we're continuing, which means we may or may not have something in store to maybe replace it, but
So
that was another question that was in the comments here. Is any other partnerships down the line?
maybe the right partnership for sure. We're always open to working with whether it's content creators or companies or we're open. We're never going to say no to anything before we at least explore the option. So
I know a couple of guys that'd really be a well fit for that, but that's a whole different conversation, I guess. Yeah. So the Mossy Oak actually had kind of a different rendition in the beginning, the original lineup, right?
The Mossy Oak, so Mossy Oak was kind of similar, referring to Wilderness, like the first
Wilderness
out there. Yeah, so we launched Wilderness when we first launched. It was one of our original fragrances, and the feedback we got was that eucalyptus was too high. And eucalyptus is one of those like, ooh, that's maybe you either like it or you don't. And so we were getting more feedback that we needed to reduce eucalyptus, and so we didn't want to go and just change the fragrance and still call it the same thing, change the fragrance too drastically. So we decided to go ahead and retire Wilderness, which then led us to the opportunity with Mossy Oak. So that was still in that same ballpark or family of fragrance, and that smelled like a tree, smelled like the Wilderness, smelled like being outside in the woods. So not to say that it's we're working on replacing it potentially with something that would be in that same kind of family of fragrance.
Nice. Tyson, what else you got?
Do you, somebody asked in the comments, and this is actually something I was kind of thinking about too. If you're not wearing Live Bearded, if that ever happens, what is another company that you tend to like or try if you do any of that? Some people don't.
Dude, I love following cool brands. So there's a couple brands that I like. I really like the brand 10,000. They're like more in the fitness apparel. I honestly, working from an office in a laid back environment, I'm wearing gym shorts right now. Like I wear a t-shirt and gym shorts and a ball cap. I'm a pretty simple dude. I like to work out and be active. I like to hike. So it's like, I kind of live in active clothes a lot of times. So 10,000 is a cool brand. I also like Huckberry, a lot of the outdoor brands, Patagonia, a lot of that stuff. So Patagonia is one of my favorite brands. They do a lot of give back, a lot of contribution stuff for the environment and for a ton of different things. So yeah, man. But
what about beard stuff? Like, have you ever had another beard company in your beard?
Oh yeah, definitely. When we started, right, there was like, okay, there was only a handful of products available. And so I went to Amazon and I was like, I got a beard, I'd buy some beard products. And honestly, that's, like I said, that's what led to me not really liking what was available. And so that's what then went down the rabbit hole of like, okay, well, let's create something better. And that's what we did. But yeah, look, there's so many amazing brands out there. I know we got some guys watching. There's so many amazing brands. And that's why it's ignorant for us to sit here and think that we're going to capture every beard everywhere. Like, that's just such an ignorant thing to believe in business, that you're going to capture everyone. And so we know we're not for everyone. There's other brands that have amazing fragrances and amazing customer service and amazing products. And we support all of those brands. I had a customer reach out. I literally went back and forth on this email thread and spent some significant time telling he wants to start his own beard company, one of our customers. And he's like, could you give me some pointers? And we exchanged emails and literally told him all the ins and outs of what I would do differently, or what I would, like what to look out for and things to consider. Because we want to see everyone succeed. There's no way that we're just going to be the only beard company ever, So we want to see the big guys win. We want to see the little guys win. Maybe not like Old Spice and some of those that use all the synthetic, BS ingredients, but there's a lot of cool stuff out there, man. So we fully support the entire beard community, all the other companies included.
That fits your brand perfectly, right? Like I out of any Facebook group I'm in, including my own, I spend more time in the Live Bearded Brotherhood Facebook group, and it's because that's what it is. It's a bunch of bearded brothers. Maybe some don't have beards, I don't know, but you don't have to use Live Bearded products to be in the Live Bearded Brotherhood. It's about helping people. It's about supporting people, helping people do better, And so for me, that's exactly what the brand stands for is helping other people. So the fact that, somebody can come to you, I want to start a company, and you give them the ins and the outs and all of that. And to understand, like, our products aren't for everybody. You're going to find scents that you like or different feels that you like. Everybody's beard is different. So, but the brand Live Bearded is still there on the Facebook group to where you can go and get support from other people. It's just amazing how branding can represent a product, but it can also go much further than just the product itself and represent an actual statement or a philosophy of something.
Well, and that's what brands need to do to survive, in my opinion, because Amazon's commoditized everything, right? You can go to Amazon and buy a beard oil for a whole lot cheaper than you can from a lot of other companies out there. But all you're getting is a single transaction, and that's it. You're not getting any content. You're not getting any tips or any education. You're not getting a community. You're not getting any support, really. You're not getting anything other than that product. And if all you care about is getting the cheapest product, go to Amazon and buy the cheapest product, and that's what you need. But when you do buy from a company who really stands behind their products and offers way more than the products themselves, but the support, but the content, the education, all those things, like that goes into what you're purchasing, right? And so since day one, that's been what we've been about. Our community, our Facebook group, 30,000 guys. And honestly, we do like zero marketing in there. We don't want to say you only have to, like to be in our group, you have to buy our products. Like that's not the case at all. There's other beard company owners in there. There's guys that have never bought Live Bearded ever. Tons of guys. And that's perfectly okay, because that's not what our intention is. If you want to buy our products because we're giving you value, and you want to support us because that's what keeps the lights on, that's what allows us to do these things, then we appreciate that for sure. But it's not a requirement. We're still going to support you. I'll still jump on the phone with you, or I'll still create content for you to help you get a mustache, even if you never buy our mustache wax, because ultimately, again, we exist to create brotherhood, to create that support in that community. So that's what's most important, in my opinion.
Do you use your mustache wax daily? It almost appears like you don't have any wax in. Is it just that trained, or?
It's a secret trick that I'll tell you on my YouTube channel. No, it's so
go subscribe to his YouTube channel, everybody.
I do have wax in there. I put it in this morning. I don't wax mine super, super tight. I like it to be a little bit more natural. I also have had this like this for years now, and it's extremely trained to where, when I first wake up, it might be all over the place, but I can get it to kind of look decent without wax at this point, but I still wax it every single morning. I keep it on me. I'll throw a little on at night too. The longer you use it, the more you train it, just the easier it is to get. Obviously I've shot videos on how I kind of trim and separate the hairs here to get the mustache to really look like it's sitting on top of the beard. And I trim here, and there's definitely a few things that I do specifically to get it to look like this, but yeah, I have to have wax on me for sure. I don't need it per se. Like if I missed it on one morning, I would survive, but I wouldn't want to go without it at all. I mean, I use it every day. So
just don't forget it in your change pocket in your jeans and run it through the washing machine.
Oh, you best believe I have a lot. Fortunately, I know a guy that can hook me up. I just,
right.
I can grab it, but yeah, that's not good. There's never, honestly, I think there's one time I didn't have wax. I was on a trip or something, and I somehow didn't have mustache wax. And I was like, this is the way. If you have a mustache, a long mustache, and you don't have wax, it might be the most irritating thing, because without it, it literally just like would look sloppy. And, again, like I said, fortunately it's pretty trained now where I don't need a lot, but if you have a mustache, keep wax on you.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience. I've had a longer mustache that I've attempted to start working wax, and it's just like, for me personally, it gets to be too much like stress, and like I absolutely hate like the training process.
Oh,
you know,
there's
like
stages, right?
the stages, and it's just like, okay, it's
you get them with the hair growth, you get them with beard growth. There's definitely awkward stages for sure. When you're growing your hair out, it's like, all right, cool, throw a hat on and no one's gonna see it. You can get through it a little bit easier.
that's why I'm wearing a hat right now, because I didn't do my hair. Like it's messed up today.
Dude, the beard's important though. It's right on the the front of your face, and it's you can't put a hat on your face. So that's why I always tell guys, even if you don't use any beard products, at least get a quality comb, put some water in it, and comb it. Like I see guys that don't even comb their beards. It's like, you would look so much better if you would just simply comb it. It goes a long way. But obviously that's what we exist to do, to create content and try to educate guys, because a lot of guys don't. It's like, where do you start when you first grow a beard? Thinking back to when you first grew a beard, you're like, why does my face itch? Like, what is going on? And you don't really know what you don't know until you do, right? And so creating content like you guys do and what we do to try to help educate on why these products exist. A lot of people, it's evolved now far enough to where at least most people understand what beard oil does or what beard butter or balm do, but they serve a purpose. It's obviously hygiene and grooming. So,
and that leads to a huge debate. I couldn't tell you how many different content creators, even aside from you guys, like taking you guys out of the equation, how many people have made the beard oil is not for your beard video? Like that's a huge, I've seen it go back and forth so many different times.
Yeah, man. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way that I believe it should work is you should just keep your beard clean, wash it, right? Like, is it the end of the world if you use your regular, and we get questions all the time, if you use your regular shampoo on your beard? No, it's not the end of the world, but depending on the formula, it can dry the heck out of your face. Like, the skin on your face is very different than the skin on your scalp or the skin on your body, right? So you want to take that into consideration. So that's why, obviously, with a beard wash, it's a gentle lather. It's not going to strip away oils, because we need the oils to keep your skin moisturized. And your beard itches because your skin gets dry. Your hairs are going to grow, and it's going to draw away the oils from your face and leave your skin really dry. And that's something it's going to itch, and B, your beard's not going to grow well. So put some oil on the skin, moisturize it, you're good to go. But yeah, throw the oil. That's how I've been saying it. Again, y'all can do what you want, but beard oil for the skin, under the beard.
I think another thing that drew me to live bearded on the educational side was like the simplicity of it, right? Like, I think too many times companies overcomplicate a really simple thing, right? The whole 3-step process: wash, oil, butter, good to go. Instead of like, oh, wash with this, and then maybe do this, and then do this. Next thing you know, it's 47 stages.
Here's the problem with so many things in life is marketers ruin everything. So the beard, beards come back in style. They're kind of trending up, and the need for grooming and the products do solve a problem, right? Like, these products work to solve beard itch, to help your beard grow better, to make it softer, make it smell good, make it all these things, right? It's proper hygiene, it's proper grooming, and it's to me, if you're gonna have a beard, like, take care of it. But the problem is, when this was all happening in like 2016, a lot of these other companies, and not to name names or ever throw anybody under the bus, but it's like they complicated so many things. Like, take this, snake oil, and your beard's going to go from like zero beard to wizard beard overnight. And it's, all these gimmicky things where they overcomplicated the process of having a beard. And to us, it's like, no, having a beard does not need to be complicated. You stop shaving and it grows. Grooming it doesn't need to be complicated. You just need to clean it. You need to moisturize it, and then you need to style it just like you would your hair. And if you do those things, your beard's going to look better. Maybe trim it or whatever, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And I think quality is important, and I think fragrance is really important. I think having an amazing smell, because fragrances, you guys know, if it's sense-wise, like, fragrance is important. I mean, it's the most memorable sense we have. You can smell something and instantly be transported back to like your grandpa's living room or wherever it is, right? And so fragrance you're wearing is super important. And so that's obviously like, a big part of the beard space. The beard industry is getting and creating these amazing fragrances. So.
Well, and a lot of this, I mean, it kind of goes back to, you said two things that we talked about earlier. We talked about, other cultures and how we have a lot of this stuff that a lot of other cultures don't. We have these things that we take, for granted. For instance, beard oils. Like you can literally go put coconut oil in your beard and it's going to feel good.
Yeah.
It's going to moisturize your skin underneath. You're not going to have an itch. It's going to feel good. But we have the ability to go purchase products that are mixed together better, that have some fragrance in them to help our beard smell great and look great. Do we need it? Absolutely not. You can go, get some coconut oil and from the grocery store, put it in, and you'll be fine. And it kind of goes to, the other part we were talking about earlier with long hair and Vikings, and you go back to that time frame. Do you think those guys were waking up in the morning, grabbing their sword and looking for their beard oil? No, like they were rocking out a beard. That's what they had in the times. That's what they could do, and they were completely fine. It's a luxury that we can put beard oil in our beard, on our skin, and we can have the luxury to pick what company, what fragrances we want to get that from.
Yep.
And that's what I really like about branding and what a company stands for and the brotherhood behind it and customer service, because we can go and pick and choose which companies we want to support, which companies we want to give our money to help build their brand, to feed their families.
100%. Well, and that's, part of the reason why we're like radically transparent. Here within our team, like extremely transparent within all the guys here, extremely transparent to all of our customers and the community. Because that is, we are bearded dudes. Our company is 100% bearded dudes. Like we create these products because we all have beards. We're passionate about this space. We're passionate about brotherhood and commuting, our community of guys. And that, when you go and you give your money, right? We all work hard for our money. When you go and commit your money to a company, you're supporting the values, the mission, the purpose, everything that company does. You're supporting all the families. You're putting food on the table for everybody involved within that organization. And that's a big decision, and what's so great about branding is if you can create and be transparent with who you are and what you stand for, it allows consumers to then go and say, yeah, like I can get down with that. Like those guys are making an impact and doing good, and I want to support that. And we obviously, it keeps the lights on for us and allows us to continue to do what we do. So we appreciate all of you guys. So
awesome. Well, we promised an hour. We're at the 58-minute mark. I want to let you go eat your ice cream. David, any last questions for Spence here? This hour just kind of flew by. It was awesome talking.
It did. I don't know about questions as much as statements. So it's really more for, well, both, I guess. So one, like Spence, the whole team, like I know Tyson and I are very grateful for you taking time out to come join us, talk with the community, you know what I mean? Let them get to know you and kind of what goes on behind the scenes a little bit. And the community, like if I saw a lot of people saying it was split, Live Bearded was my first experience like mine, or I haven't tried Live Bearded yet. So I hope that all of you guys that haven't tried, Live Bearded's hard to miss. Type it in your Google search if you don't feel like digging too deep. But if you haven't tried it, I would definitely go get yourself something, give it a try, and I would stake what I do on it. I've been using Live Bearded for a while. I just think it's an all-around great product. So I appreciate all the R&D, all the other stuff that you guys go through, and all of the educational content. Like I think rule number one for us as content creators is education, because people get a total misconception. Even though beards are trending right now, people are still like, oh, well, you just don't take a shower, but
yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to say, I appreciate that, and it's been fun, man. We need to do it again.
Dude, 100%. And for everyone watching, Nathan set up a promo code FAITHFUL for anybody that hasn't tried. If you want to try, at Live Bearded, and we do try to make this as clear as possible, but we have a lifetime warranty. We money back guarantee. If you ever try us and you don't love us, you don't love the fragrance, because we know that's subjective, hit us up. We'll swap it out for you. We'll send you something else. We stand behind everything, literally, no matter what, because again, we stand here for you guys. So I can't thank you guys enough for taking the time and letting me come on and shoot the shit with you guys. We definitely got to do it more often, and nothing but gratitude for you guys and your influence in the space, and helping all of everybody out there. You know, ultimately, we're all here on the same mission, hopefully to do better as men and help support and uplift and encourage each other. And we're here for you guys. We're here for everybody watching. If you guys ever need anything, we're just a phone call away or a message or whatever, but we're here.
That's awesome. Perfect. Thank you for coming on again. Really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody in the comments and anybody that watches this in the future. There is I know Matt from No BS Reviews did a video one time talking about why he loves Live Bearded. And that was one of the things that he was a customer, purchased something and didn't like it, contacted you guys, and it was replaced. And it was like way beyond the 30 days or something like that. I don't remember. I don't want to speak to him, but I do remember that video from Matt, which happy birthday, Matt. I know it's Matt's birthday today. So
happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, there you go. So thanks everybody for joining us. Check out Live Bearded's site, and it was great getting to know you. And you guys do videos on the Live Bearded YouTube channel as well, so check those out. There's a couple videos a week. And until we talk to you guys again soon, thanks Spence, thanks David, and we'll see you guys soon.